Well, this is funny. Israel is not claiming responsibility for the killing of the Hamas official in Beirut, Lebanon. I wonder why they're so afraid of claiming responsibility when they've already said they're going to go to the other nations and hunt down Hamas agents. Um, is this because they don't actually have like permission to go into other nations and, blow up buildings and stuff?
Going to talk more about this now with our international affairs editor, Kethavan Gorgistani, who joins me on the set. Kethavan, as we just heard there at the end of that piece, Israel has not officially claimed responsibility for that drone strike. Why wouldn't Israel claim responsibility for this attack if it is indeed behind it?
Well, especially since they have repeatedly said, especially since the October 7th attack, that they were going to hunt down all of Hamas's top leaderships and all of the members because their goal, their ultimate goal, is to wipe out Hamas after this war. But
Yeah, though, I mean, if they go into some other nation where they don't have permission to, I mean, what can they actually do in that other nation? I mean, you can't you can't just go to some nation and start bombing places just because you claim a terrorist is there. I mean, can other nations claim that there's terrorists in Israel and just go in and start bombing places in Israel?
the reason why they're not confirming it is that it is their policy to not confirm these targeted killings. They are saying that they're targeting all of Hamas, but
They don't want to take responsibility because that means they may go to war with another nation for attacking people that's in that nation.
they have done this before in the past decades. This idea of a targeted killing is something that the Israelis have been using for a long, long time. But the added thing here,
That's something the United States came up with, and the idea like the entire world is their battle zone, and they get to fight terrorists in any nation that they so desire to. Which just means that any nation can do the same thing. Say there's a terrorist in that nation and just go in and bomb it all to hell.
of why they wouldn't want to necessarily officially claim responsibility for it is that it's happened in another country, in Lebanon, and so this would be a violation of sovereignty if indeed it was confirmed. That said,
It's not like the Israeli government really cares about sovereignty. All they care about is taking out as many people as possible.
a lot of officials from other countries, including the United States, are confirming that it is the Israelis. One U.S. official actually saying that the Israelis did not tell them ahead of time, but right as it was happening, that they were keeping the U.S. appraised of what was going on. So
That's funny because if that's true, that's hilarious because the Israeli government and the American government has said previously that this was an Israeli attack.
seems to indicate that this would be the case. The Israelis really there striking a big win because he is the number two of Hamas, huge figure in that movement, and a sign that really they are following through on their word, which is we will go after each and every one of you, no matter where you are. But it is.
Okay, how is this a big win? All it's going to do is piss off other nations that the Israeli government is attacking, because the Israeli government doesn't have the right just to go into any other nation and start attacking people.
Is tricky because this is Lebanon.
We're also looking, Kethavan, at what could be the risk, at least, of a bigger Middle East conflict. Tell us a bit about potential spillover.
And that is
I mean, if Lebanon wanted to, they can attack the Israeli government for attacking people in Lebanon. The Lebanese has the right to self-defense as well, and they're a sovereign nation. Um, any nation that decides to do an attack onto another nation, that other nation does have the right to self-defense.
is partly the reason why this is so tricky is this idea of a spillover. The Hezbollah, the militant group that is allied with Hamas, had a statement quickly after the killing saying that this is a serious attack on Lebanon that will not go unpunished. Now, Hezbollah and Israel have been trading violence and fire across the border
I mean, if the Israeli government gets the right to bomb Gaza and the West Bank all to hell because of Hamas, then the Lebanese government has the right to bomb the Israeli government for what they did.
for a while now during these past few months, but so far Hezbollah has sort of taken a step back and hasn't really gone into this conflict. So they've been trying to sort of play nice, if you will, but this could be the thing that tips it over and that really gets Hezbollah into this. And the Hezbollah leader, Hassan Nasrallah, has long said that they would react if there were killings of Palestinians in Lebanon. We'll see what Nasrallah says when he makes a speech later on today. But there are other people who are warning of what could come after this killing. The Lebanese prime minister saying that this aims to draw Lebanon further into the conflict. You also had the French president, Emmanuel Macron, who had a call with the Israeli war cabinet minister, Benny Gantz, and he urged Israel to avoid any escalatory attitude, particularly in Lebanon. But the strongest sign that this could lead to a spillover is a statement by the Iranian foreign ministry that said that these types of killing are really inflaming the region, not just Gaza, not just the Middle East, but further, and that this could trigger more reaction in the region.
We're going to talk more about.
Oops. Well, yeah, because people don't want the Israeli government to start bombing their nations, so other nations are going to respond if the Israeli government starts bombing their nation.